Good afternoon and welcome back. This is Saima. I'm a nurse from Southeast England. In today's video, we are going to talk about when you get a baby, do they get ILR or indefinite leave to remain in the UK? In short, do they get nationality? Do they get British nationality when they are born here in the UK? So in this video, we are going to talk about this topic. If you are interested, please watch the video till the end, and I'm going to give you tips to get your PR approved, and we are going to discuss each and every bit about this. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I provide information about UK and everything around me here in the UK, or NHS, or accommodation, anything you can think about. All right, so if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for your support, for your efforts, for your comments and likes. It makes me motivated, it keeps me motivated to keep going. And let's start the video without any further delay. So when do you apply for ILR? What is ILR? ILR is indefinite leave to remain, means you can stay in the country for good. So in the UK, when you come here as a nurse or to work here, you get a visa for at least 3 years. That's a contract period for 3 years. And then for ILR, you need to be in the country for at least 5 years. Then you can apply for your ILR for indefinite leave to remain. Then you don't need a visa. You don't need anything, like you are the residents of the country. You are indefinite. So you have the leave to remain. All right, so it's really good. But someone asked me that when you give birth to a baby, when you get your children here, when they are born here in the country, do they get nationality right away? Do they get British nationality right away? So the answer to this question is no, they don't get nationality right away. They will get your status, whatever status you have. If you are permanent here, permanent resident, they will get permanent residence. If you are not permanent, if your status is immigrant, if your status is tied to general visa or health and care visa, then their status will be the same. All right, so when the kid is born here in the UK, they are not British right away. It's most commonly asked question, so I thought, okay, I'll discuss this one. But when you are working here in the NHS, you need to consider, of course, at the end of the day, you need to apply for ILR. You need to apply for indefinite leave to remain. So you need to make sure that your character, your apartment, or in the country, or your police clearance certificate should be without any crimes, or without any, there should be no problem at all. I mean, some people, their ILR is refused because they overwork. Yeah, so if you are, let's say you are only allowed to work 48 hours, for example. You are only allowed to work 48 hours, and then you work as a bank or as an agency, and you exceeded 48 hours per week, and when you apply for your ILR, you may get a rejection. Your ILR can be refused because of that, because you are not following the rules and regulation. You are not complying with the rules and regulation. So keep in mind, whatever you are doing, at the end of the day, you will apply for ILR. So just remember that I should not do anything. You should not do anything, like even if you don't need to apply for ILR, but still keep in mind that whatever I do, it's being monitored, it's being recorded, and it can delay your process. It can lead to ILR being rejected. All right, so this is the thing. I know a lot of people think that when a child is born in the UK, they get British nationality right away, but it's not possible. It's not it's not happening now here in the UK. All right, so they just get your visa status. So I applied for my son. Let's say if I apply for my son, he will get only dependent visa. All right, dependent visa on my behalf. And I am general, still I'm a general immigrant, because I've been here in the country for only 2 years, and my status will be my son's status. All right, and then also someone asked me what is the difference between bank and agency. So bank partners, that's your temporary job in your trust. All right, let's say if I work in any particular hospital, and I can join the bank partner in my trust. All right, there will be some people in your trust, they provide partners bank jobs. I mean, you can do part-time with them. All right, so if I'm working 37.5 hours with my trust, I can do extra with my own trust. That is called bank partners. All right, but they are totally different from your regular duty rota. They are totally different from your payroll department. I mean, your HR department is totally different from them. They pay separately. But you work in your department, or you work anywhere in the hospital, but in your own organization. That is called bank partners. All right, and bank partners, usually you can register with them when you are a new nurse in the country. When you're a new nurse in the country, you haven't done your OSCE exam, you can join them as band 2 nurse or as band 3 nurse, and when you get your NMC pin, you can change it to band 5 nurse. But it's better if you want to just join them with your band 5 only. Just wait for your NMC pin, and then you can join the bank partner. Bank partner, how would I explain, it's totally different organization, but they give you duties in your own organization. All right, for us, we have a separate HR department from our trust, from our hospital. But the bank partners, they sit in our hospital, but they are totally different organization. Means they are private, they are not government organization. All right, so the privately, they are the private sector. They give you jobs, they give you if you want to work part-time job, you can join them. If you are working in the NHS and you want to earn extra money, you can join them. If you are a student and you want to earn some extra, and you want to work in the hospital, you can join them. But if you are a nurse in that particular hospital, you can join them, and you can work in your own organization as extra. That's called bank partners. And the requirement for bank partners is minimum 6 months experience in the hospital. All right, so if you want to join the bank partners from your own hospital, then you should have at least 6 month experience in your hospital. Then you can join them as band 5 nurse. All right, or if you haven't got any experience, they will be still happy to take you there, because they know that you are in the hospital, you are hired by this trust, you have the necessary requirement of this job, you have signed the contract, you have passed your English test, you have taken your NMC pin, and then you are eligible for that job, that part-time job. They will give you that job. But if you are not in the profession, you are a student, or you work somewhere else, and you want to apply for bank partners in my trust, in my hospital, you want to apply for bank partners, then you should have minimum 6 months experience. But if you are working in the hospital already and you want to join the bank partners, then you don't need any experience. I mean, you can just join them after your manager approval. And there should be, if you are a nurse, you need to have your competency signed off, your oral medication competency, or your manual handling competency. There are some certain competencies that should be signed by your manager. Then you can join the bank partners. When I joined the NHS trust, I was band 3, waiting for my OSCE exam and waiting for NMC pin. That was the time I joined my bank partners. And when you join bank partner before your NMC pin, then you work as band 2 in the hospital, as band 3 in the hospital. They just take you as a healthcare support worker. You go in the wards and you work there, and you are paid as band 2. All right, but when you get your pin, then you can apply for band 5. All right, as bank partners. I think I made it clear. Someone asked me what is the difference between bank partners and overtime. All right, so that is bank partner, and they pay you every week. Or bank partners, they pay you every week, mostly on the Friday. They send you, but you need to submit your let's say I work on Sunday, I work tomorrow a bank shift, and then I need to submit that duty that I have worked on this ward on this day, what was my working hours, what was the shift timing, and I need to submit it. All right, when I submit it, my manager needs to approve it, or my band 6 needs to approve it. All right, when they approve it, then it goes back to bank partners. And if you submit, there is a cutoff time also. If you submit your bank duty before Wednesday, then you will be paid by that Friday. If you don't submit that duty by Wednesday, you are not going to get paid for that week. But when you submit it the next week, you can get your money, your payment of that bank shift. So there is always a cutoff time also for you to get paid. So you need to know about your organization cutoff time of your bank partners. All right, the next thing she said, they ask difference between bank partners and overtime. What is overtime? Overtime is when you work within your organization. All right, yeah, bank partners also, you work in the organization, but is a private sector, right? It's a totally separate department from your work. All right, you are still in your department, you are still in your organization, but bank partners are privately funded, they are private. Okay, when you work as overtime, you only work in your department. All right, you work in your department and you work extra. Let's say I do 37.5 hours per week, and my manager send me a message, Saima, I need someone for tonight, are you happy to come over as overtime? And I say yes, and then when I go there, she can give me 12 hours of overtime. And for bank partners, you are paid separately every week, but for overtime, it will be in your salary of each month. Okay, let's say I did 12 hours overtime in this month, and then at the end of the day, at the end of the month, when I get my salary, my overtime will be included in that one also. All right, so overtime is just in your department, you are doing overtime, you are working extra than 37.5 hours. Okay, that is overtime. All right, and also overtime is just simple, you just work in your ward, they don't send you, they ask you to come over to do overtime, they are not going to send you in any other ward. That is good point. But if you work bank partners, with bank partners, you book a shift, let's say you book a shift in a A1 ward, and they can send you somewhere else, they can send you C5 C6 in any other ward, they can send you, because you agreed to that you are going to work happily in any other department. It's in the contract. Most of the times they ask you to sign that wherever we allocate you, you are going to go there and work there. That is the bank partner. But when you go for overtime, you usually do it in your ward. Okay, they are not going to send you anywhere else. Now, if we talk about agency, what is agency? Agency shift. Agency is it's a private funded, but not in your organization. You need to go anywhere else in your area, in your specialty area, or you need to do you can book shifts for the agency. You need to register with them, provide reference of your employer, and you need to register with them, and then you book the shift for with your suitability. All right, agencies, they are really good, they pay you very high amount of salary, and it's good to earn money with the agency. It's same like as bank partners, but not in your organization. You are going to work in any other area. But remember, if you want to join an agency, sometimes you cannot join any agency in your local area. For example, if I'm working here in Portsmouth, I cannot work in any agency in my surrounding areas. I need to go out of my area to work for an agency. All right, I cannot work for agency in Portsmouth, but I can go for agency shift in Southampton, or Blackpool, or Liverpool, or anywhere else. I cannot do agency shift in my own area. I don't know, but it's a policy. It's a policy of the organization. All right, but good thing with the agencies, they pay you very high amount of salary, because and they cover your travel allowance also. If I'm going to Southampton and I paid 20 pounds of my ticket, my train ticket, they will reimburse the ticket fare also, so which is really good. But I never did any agency shift. um, uh, yeah, I never did any agency shift, but a lot of my friends, they are doing agency shift. They go to Southampton, they go to uh, no, what do you call it, Liverpool, they go to Blackpool, Plymouth, a lot of areas they go to. So any surrounding areas of the Portsmouth, they can go and work there as an agency nurse, and they pay them very high amount. I know a lot of people who earn like £1,000 for one shift, and if you work as Sundays, you can get 700 to 800. Also, if you work on the bank holidays or public holidays, gets more. Yeah, agency shifts is very in like agency shift, there are lots of shifts available. And you, but the problem is, if you drive, it's very good, you can go there and drive. But if you don't drive and you want to travel, it gets a bit difficult. But if you have your own car and you can drive, agency is best. Agency is best. They pay you highest salary of highest salary compared to NHS or compared to your bank partners. Let's say for my bank partner, band 5 nurse, they get like 140 to 150 pounds per 12 hours shift. Yes, right. And for weekdays, but if you work on the weekend, it gets up to 180 to 190 pounds per one shift. All right, but if you go for agency, there are agencies who pay 35 pounds per hour or 40 pounds per hour. So agencies, they are really good, but there is a high risk also. If you make any mistake, you work on your own. If you are confident enough, if you feel like you can do it, you know everything and you know most of the things, and better you should search about that trust where you're going to work. And you can ask your colleagues also, if someone is working with that agency or in that particular hospital, and you go there and do your agency shift and earn some extra amount of money, right? So we have discussed bank partners, we have discussed what was that bank partners, and agency shifts and overtime. Yeah, these are the three things only you can do. Overtime, they pay you very high also. All right, but the problem is, you get the money with your salary and it's taxed. Yeah, but with the agency also, it's get taxed. With the bank partners, it's gets taxed also. So three of them, like wherever you work, you need to pay tax. But with the bank partners, if you work more than your limited hours, now it's unlimited, you can work as much as you want. But there is a problem that the more you work, the more tax you are going to pay. So it's totally entirely up to you what you want to do, right? So I hope this video was helpful, and I've made it clear and simple, for if you want to join agency, if you want to join bank partners, or if you want to do overtime. It's entirely up to you. I hope this video was helpful. If you like it, share it with your friends and colleagues. I'll see you soon in the next video. I can't speak. I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.